Dirk Bentley taking me out was got to be one of those moments. I mean, it was just, I remember from the time his first album came out, I've always been a massive, like, legit huge fan of his music, and now to say we're friends and stuff, it's just crazy.
Hey friends, it's your girl Emily Curl back in my virtual studio. Today we're hanging out with country music singer and songwriter Cole Swindell. Cole, it's good to see you again.
Good to see y'all.
Now, how are you? This is a big week for you. How's everything been?
It's been good. The tour's off and running. We're back on the road and hitting every city we can get to, and feels good. It's got new music on the way, and just the year started off good for us, so just exciting.
Let's dive in because you have a new album, Stereotype, that's coming out. We're so excited for you. What can we expect from this new album? Give us the rundown.
Hopefully a great group of songs. That's always been my goal when we go in to make an album is, best song wins. And I am proud of the fact that I am a songwriter, but also never too proud to record something that I wish I would have written. It's an honor. There's so much talent in Nashville, and when people send you songs that you feel like you wish you would have written, or it sounds just like something you would say, it's a pretty crazy feeling. So just a good mixture of songs, I think, and I'm just ready. That feeling, I'm ready to see what everybody's favorites are. We've already released some of my favorites, but there's still plenty that people haven't heard yet.
So far, what's the top of the list of the favorite one you've released?
Oh man, everyone. I mean, this duet with Lainey is hard to beat. Never Say Never is obviously one of my favorites, but I wouldn't put them on there if I didn't love them. So it's hard to talk about. You love every one of them, but honestly, I'm Gonna Let Her is a little different for me. It's a love song, and hadn't been known to sing a lot of those, and I just think it's, I'm just in a different place in my life where I've just always felt like I had to live my songs. I can't sing about something I don't know about, and that would be probably my favorite of the few that we've released, but I love them all. I'm ready for the next one that's coming out. So
I'm Gonna Let Her. I have to ask, I'm a sucker for a good love story, and I love seeing your relationship, not only in music videos, on Instagram. How did you meet your girlfriend, Courtney? Tell me a little bit.
Yeah, we met, years ago, I think at a NASCAR race. She works for Monster, and they're a sponsor of mine, and just met years ago, and then nothing ever came out of it. We just kind of got right before the video of Some Habits. Me and her had kind of reconnected, been talking and texting and stuff, and still hadn't really ever got a chance to really hang out. And I knew she had been in a music video before years ago, and I said, you should just come be in this one, because we were talking enough to where I was like, if I get somebody else to be in this probably won't go good. So, but it was still nerve-wracking. Yeah. Our first date was kind of a video shoot of acting like we were dating. So it was a weird thing, but also very glad that everything worked out. I don't know if that was what I was expecting, but I'm glad it happened. And that's how we met, and we're still doing good. So
being in a relationship, how do you feel like that impacts not only your creativity, but inspiration and also your music?
A lot. I think especially when, I have to feel what I'm writing or recording, and if, for me, I think it's opened up chances for me to sing about different things that maybe I haven't sang about because I wasn't really there. And now, it obviously goes into when I'm writing songs. It's, obviously her I'm thinking about. So I think it does matter. And I think the fact that I'm in a place where I want to sing about that is also good. But I will say this, when I got home off the road, I had some writers out with me this past weekend, and we wrote 4 songs, and I feel like the majority of them are all breakup songs. So I was like, I don't know why. I was like, I guess I'm just always going to be able to write those kind of songs. But she was like, whoa, what is this now? And
she's like, you got something to tell me?
Yeah, I was like, what is going? Yeah, I was like, don't take this too literal. I was like, it's songs. These are just ideas. So
does she have a favorite on the album so far?
I'm Gonna Let Her. I know she really likes that one, but there's a song called Miss Wherever that she likes that one a lot. I think she used to do some pageant stuff, so it's kind of just about a girl from, you don't know where she's from, but she's Miss Wherever, whatever state that is. It's got to be got to be one all the boys miss wherever she's from. So it's pretty cool idea. That's one of her favorites, but I think she likes a lot of them on there, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, speaking of hometowns, I'm from Georgia originally, and I know you went to Georgia Southern, and you just recently played that show. What's it like playing a hometown show? That's got to be so much fun.
It's stressful in a way, but it's great. That's what you dream of, is going back home to this state you grew up in, playing in front. And, you know, there's a lot of family and friends you don't ever get to see. So for me, I always want everybody to be taken care of and make sure everybody's good. So it's kind of stressful, some of those, just because I want everybody to make sure everybody has a good time. And but it's worth every bit of it, just because, you know, these are the folks. A lot of these folks knew me way before I moved to Nashville, and probably thought I was crazy too when I moved to Nashville. But it's cool to see, you know, college friends and just family that I still have around, and just know that they're, you know, proud of what I'm doing. It's you know, I'm always gone. I don't get to see them as much as I would like, but so when I get to do that and play a show, and they kind of get to see what I love to do, I mean, that's it's always special. So it was cool to play so many in Georgia. Yeah.
I mean, speaking of that, it's got to be so exciting when you finish an album, it's mastered, you know it's done, it's going to be, you know, released to your fans. Who is the first person that you call to be like, it's done, I got it? You
know, probably some of my close friends. I got a buddy back home. His name's Ron Lee. He got more of my songs than anybody, I think. I kind of bounce him up, and just a few other buddies that my guitar player Joel. We write a lot together, so it just kind of depends. I mean, but I do like to bounce all that stuff off of my friends, the people that aren't critics, but also would tell me, you know, I can tell by their reaction. They might not say I don't like this song, but I can tell by their lack
you
of
know them well enough.
So it's so that, you know, I just honestly, people that are big music fans, and the people that are going to be listening to it, the real folks out there that love music, and that's what, you know, I kind of bounce it off them. But obviously, my team, my publisher at Sony, ATV, the Rusty Gaston, Anna Wiseman, they have changed the game for me, just song-wise and just motivation. It's just been, I don't know, it's just been a good time working together so far, and I think that's going to continue. I think some of these songs on this album were because of meetings we had about songs, and I just, you know, having people that love music like that around you is very important.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorites too, Down to the Bar with Hardy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I've got to hang out with Hardy. We did it behind the scenes with him, and he is rowdy. He's a rowdy guy. He literally had like a solo cup full of whiskey filled up. He was ready to go. What is it like? Have you guys got to perform this song live together yet?
We have not. You know, that's something that I look forward to hopefully getting to do someday, because, you know, getting to write that song with him, and it's just such a Hardy melody. I mean, just everything about it. It's I remember when he started singing that, I'm like, I'm down for that. And just the whole idea of if a girl's gonna leave you, at least drop you off at the bar, it's just hilarious. We shot the video a couple weeks ago, and, you know, just to think about what that song is. But hopefully we'll get to sing it at some point live. I do open my tour. The tour is called Down to the Bar tour, so we open up the whole show with that song. So it'd be crazy for him to come out there on that second verse sometime with nobody knowing. So maybe we can line that up. So yeah.
Speaking of other collabs, you kind of touched on this, but Lainey Wilson, we're such a big fan of her, and she's had such an incredible year. I love y'all's duet together, and I feel like, just reading the comments on YouTube, everyone was like, what a perfect match of the voices. Tell me a little bit, how did you first get hooked up with Lainey? Yeah,
you know, that's, you know, and when people say stuff like that, it's flattering. It's crazy, because I you know, you don't really know how your voice. I know I was a big fan of her voice and her music, and she don't even think about voices blending or anything like that. But I've seen a lot of comments like that, and I'm like, maybe it just worked out. I just knew I was a fan of her music and just her as a person, and we've gotten to know each other a lot better doing some promotion for this song. But she's just wonderful, man. I cannot say enough good things about her, and I know how appreciative she is that I asked her to be on it. But I feel that it's mutual. Honestly, I'm a big fan of hers, and she is a big reason this song is as successful as it is already. And it's just a cool feeling to have a new friend kind of in the music business that you were a fan of, and now you've got a song out there that's changing both of your lives, you know. And that's me and her, we're lining up to sing that for the first time coming up soon. So I've never been in that experience where a song's in the top 10 and never sang it live with the artist you're singing it with. But that's the thing about a duet. But having Ashley Cook out on tour, we get to do it, and just to see people's reaction. You can tell when a song's getting bigger and bigger by the crowd's reaction. So I'm ready to sing it with Lainey, though. That's going to be cool.
Speaking of Ashley, I did want to bring this up. I saw the most adorable video, I'm sure you saw it, of her, you know, she's, I think, 17 in her car listening to Cole Swindell music. Yeah. And then now she's like, here I am opening for Cole. I mean, what's it like to see young artists like that being able to like be on tour with you? That's got to be just a wild feeling.
I mean, I don't know if you'll believe me, but I promise you that's that I've dreamed of being able to do, because there's been so many people that I've looked up to and been a fan of that have taken me out on tour. I mean, the tours, looking back, that I've been on, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I was literally fans of these people, and to be out there and for them to believe in what I was doing enough and put me in front of their big crowds and stuff like that, I've always wanted to be able to give that back to somebody. And I just saw she just signed a record deal, publishing deal, and stuff like that is really what it's all about, because I think we all, need a little help here and there getting started. And I was a fan of hers too, just finding her and how big she is with the social media stuff, the TikTok and stuff that's so important for what we're doing right now. And she's just a huge part of the tour. So congrats, Ashley, on the record deal and all that stuff. I'm sad the tour's ending, but it's been a pleasure to have her out with us. I'll be following her, and I know people will be hearing a lot from her in the future.
When you think back to your earlier days, who's like the one artist that you really can attribute that feeling to, that really gave you that shot, that really believed in your music? Is there one that comes to mind?
I mean, several of them, but honestly, Dierks Bentley, Dierks, Church, Luke, they were all like their first albums were coming out, and I haven't toured with Church, but I've at least, got to hang with him, let him know what a fan I am. But Dierks Bentley taking me out was got to be one of those moments. I mean, it was just, I remember from the time his first album came out, I've always been a massive, like legit, huge fan of his music. And now to say we're friends and stuff, it's just crazy because he's just it was a big influence on me musically, but also as a person. I think when you're around somebody like that you think is just, he is a big star, but he's just the most down-to-earth guy. And I just, people like that make you realize how much more powerful that is to be down-to-earth and to treat people, that like the way they should be treated. And I think me coming up around a lot of the artists that I've been a fan of, they're great people too. And I think that's, that's just as important, if not more important than the music. So. Okay,
so Cole, take me to the place. The album is out. Yep. Everyone's there. You can hear it. How are you going to celebrate? What does that night look like?
Well, we're going to be just having wrapped up the Down to the Bar tour, so that'll be sad. But this is just something that I don't know what it's going to feel like. I'm anxious. I'm ready for people to hear it. But it's been almost 4 years since my last album, and I can't believe, with all the things that have gone on personally and career-wise and just everything that we've all been through together, the whole pandemic stuff. It's just going to be just proud that we got this done. I think I took some chances on this album that I never have, whether it's changing some production stuff or trying songs that I'd never normally do or whatever that is. And I just think it's going to pay off. And I know people, they've been waiting. I've been waiting to give it to them, and it's coming out. So I'll probably maybe have a drink or two and just chill and just be glad that I'm probably watching to see what people say about it. I'm excited to see what their favorite. That's why I want to know what their favorite songs are. Yeah.
Okay, so Cole, last question for you is, we're obviously iHeart. We heart you. What are 3 things that you heart right now? It can be anything: food, TV, life.
I heart golf. I better say Courtney first. I heart
I was about to say.
I heart golf, and I heart putting out brand new albums because that's where we are. So.
Let's freaking go. Stereotype, Cole Swindell, congratulations. We're so excited for you. And hopefully next time we see you, we are celebrating this album live in person.
Hey, I can't wait. Emily, thank you for your time, and y'all have a good one. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for checking out our interview with Cole Swindell. Make sure you stream his new album, Stereotype, out now on iHeartCountry, and we'll see you next time.